Hi, everyone. Excuse my voice. I have a sinus infection, but I wanted to show those of you that were interested in how to upload to Redbubble so you too can make a great chiffon top or actually any of the products that you want to. I'm not getting a commission at all for Redbubble, but it's nice when we really see our products up there. So you need to actually start your own Redbubble store, actually, which is really what I ended up doing here in 2012. And I have had friends and family and other people actually go on and buy phone cases and all of that good stuff. So if you go to my Redbubble store, you will see all of these pieces that I have uploaded in here. Um, Ever since I've been playing with the inks. Sometimes I forget to upload them, and sometimes I don't. But most of my favorite pieces are in here. So, one of the things that I want to explain to you that you should do before you do anything at all is to go down to the bottom of this page after you get your page started. Go down here, and across the bottom here is a help section. And this is a very funky website. It's very cool. And so it gives you all the information about if you want to return something. Most often, if I want to return something, they just send me another one. So in here, you go to selling, because these are articles to help you get started or finishing as an artist. And then what I look for is upload and navigation. This is what is important. So if you go here, it talks about adding work to Redbubble, common problems, managing, editing your portfolio. So let's do this. And this is an important piece because it tells you exactly what to do. Probably better than I could. And then there is, let me go back to here. I'm going to go back to here and see, let's see, getting started. Oh, sorry, I wanted to go up here. Dimensions and format. This is really important because when you scan your piece, you have to make sure that it is big enough. If in case you want a scarf, you have to see that, for instance, let's say you want a scarf made out of your, there it is, let me go here, a scarf made out of what you're doing. So this tells you for greeting cards, it has to be 1300 by 900 pixels. Framed prints, metal prints, posters, and then apparel tells you how big it needs to be. The women's chiffon top, it tells you how big it needs to be. When you go to throw pillows and tote bags and duvet covers, I mean, look at the size that your image has to be, 8,570 times 11,250. So that's really pretty big. And what was the other thing that I wanted to show you? Scarves. So scarves are also big. It's a square, but it's 5,748 by 5,748 pixels for your scarf. So now what I'm going to do is going to go back to my page. Okay, just bear with me. I'm just going back and back. Okay, so now what I want to do is go up here where my little face is, and I want to add new work. And I'm going to upload the product that I want to add. I have a lot of pictures on my desktop. I'm going to do this iris study in oils because it's not on here. And this is going to take a little bit of time. Sometimes they're faster, sometimes they're slower, depending on how big the pixels are that you're actually uploading. And that one is, because I went in and played with it, that one, if I bring that up on my little preview screen up here and I go to tools, I can adjust the size. This is 6,000, I think, 452 times 8,707, which should do a lot of things that I would want. The resolution is only 72, but actually it's more than that. What I ended up doing with this piece was I scanned it in at 600 DPI, and then I transferred it to my iPad, and I put it in a little program that I have there that allowed me to take out some of the smudge marks on the painting. And then I sent it back to my Dropbox in on my computer. And when I did that, it turned it into 72, but it's actually a much higher resolution than that. And you get to see, I could definitely tell if it wasn't a good resolution. When I went to make it bigger, you could see that it would be very grainy, that it wouldn't look well, that it would be very diluted, and your picture that you get is really not going to be clear at all. So you have to be careful. And I would say the most important thing to do, I've never done it with my iPhone, and I'm not saying that you can't do it with your iPhone, but I really believe your images that you're going to have made into greeting cards or put on pillows or put on clothing or put on large canvases, any of those pieces should definitely be scanned at the highest resolution that you could do so that it doesn't really lose any of its clarity or its saturation or anything. I've done it and I've been disappointed. So I am just giving you all warning that the best thing to do is, if you don't know how to scan, take your image with a flash drive and go to FedEx or go to Michael's and ask them to scan that image for you. And the higher the scanned image, the better your work is going to look. So that's really an important piece. You don't want to get things that don't look well. So this is showing me what the piece looks like, and if I want to get it in a chiffon top, what it would look like. So here's where I'm going to show you where you can go in. If you don't like something, like I probably wouldn't have this done on a graphic t-shirt, so I'm going to disable that. Now, here's an interesting dilemma. I like this pillow, but I don't like seeing so much of the stem on here. So you can go in and you can move down your piece and you can play with it. Here I'm very lucky because it's white on white, but sometimes if it's a different color, you move it down and it doesn't work. So let's see, I'm going to move it down, get most of the iris in there, apply the changes, and now someone that wants that pillow will have that. The other thing you have to be really careful of is where you put your signature. So what I have found on these pieces, now my signature is here and that works fine, but you're going to lose the signature there. So if you're going to make a piece that you really think that you're going to want to have made on a pillow or something, think about a really interesting place to put your signature, and I'll show you how I did that on another piece. So here on this mug, I would definitely change this, and I would just play with it, bring that down a little bit, apply the changes, and you can see that you have most of the iris on here. And this looks beautiful just the way this is. These travel mugs are gorgeous. They really are. I don't want it on a duvet. I just don't think that it would look well. I've never gotten anything on a pair of pants. I did order a skirt once and I wasn't happy with the quality. The scarf is fine. You know, if you want to do a scarf, let's see. Evidently, I had that, 5,000 whatever in there. But you have to understand that when you're doing a scarf, whenever you're doing material, whenever you're doing a shower curtain, that what you're making looks great because you're seeing it flat. You're seeing it flat. But really, when it comes, you're going to be folding it and nobody's really going to see the image. So that's why it's hard for me to think about getting some of these flowers. I mean, I've done that with a shower curtain a couple of times. And when I've hung it, even though I love the image, when I hung it, because it was hanging in folds, you couldn't really see that it was a flower. You only saw color. So, for things like this, your laptop skin and your drawstring bags, I mean, this is absolutely great. So, and journals, imagine somebody that's a writer, and this would really be nice. You could do something like this, give them this, apply the changes, get the journal delivered to you, and use some indelible ink, and then really just sign your name after you get it. And that makes it more personal. So here you would title this Iris Study in Oils. You would definitely give a stunning oil iris. Yeah, I can't even think because of my sinus infection, but I would come back and clean that up. And here's some tags. You could put iris, oil, and keep going on until you get 50. And then this is painting and mixed media. And it says here, who can view this? Anybody. Is this mature content? No. Save work. And so then it saves it for you. And you could say that it's processing now. And so once this is finished, this is going to go into my Redbubble account. And then I believe I can send it to Facebook, and I can send it to Twitter, and I could market this piece this way. And sometimes what I simply do is just take a screenshot of it to let everybody know that it's there. So it's there, it's ready, and there you have it. So let's say I wanted to do the chiffon top, which actually looks really pretty, right? There's the chiffon top. I don't know why it does that. But it actually looks pretty like that. And here, if you want to see the chiffon top in white, you get to do that. So that's really beautiful. And maybe you could get some fabric pen, and you could put your name down here at the bottom. I got a small, and I felt that it was very boxy. I'm a size 2. So, and a 4 sometimes, but a 2. And I was thinking if I ordered it again, I would get an extra small. So it's showing you that your price is $26.67. But if, friends or your family want to buy it, they're going to pay $32, which is really a bargain. And they're very, very, very fast. Very fast. So the one thing that I wanted to show you was how I did my signature on my Drama Queen, because this is really, really, I got to say, like one of my all-time favorites. And okay, so I wanted to make sure that you could see my thing up here, my signature up here. And for the most part, it worked really well. But then I ended up going back in, at least on my Fine Art America. I haven't done this here, but I ended up doing the signature up here. And if you do it really small, or you do it something that's artistic, so that it's not going to go away when it's it's cut. So let's see if I was going to edit it. So I'm going to enable that, and I'd have to go in and fix all of the pieces to make sure that, like, I could do that, and that would be cool. This is my phone case, and it's just gorgeous. I honestly would have bought that even if I didn't make it. So hopefully that helps all of you. If you have any questions, please let me know. The pillow is gorgeous. The laptop skin is really great. So when you make those pieces that are wow pieces, make sure that you showcase them. And if it's not for anybody but yourself, at least you get to see your art every single day. So if you have any questions, always ask. I'm happy to help. Bye.